Latinos Out Loud podcast. Latinos. Yeah, that's what this is. Latinos Out Loud.
It is with great pleasure that I introduce these two amazing women that, as aforementioned, have brought us these incredible games. And the story of these games really starts, if you don't know, with them just being part of a family and creating entertainment for, we Latinos, Latinas, Latin XYZ, whatever you want to call us, AB positive. There's always a different name. We like to party and we like to play games, and they made up this game, and then their family was like, you should actually make it a game. And they did. And now, like I said, it's at Walmart, it's at Target, it's on Amazon. It's crazy. So they leveled up. We love to hear Latinas leveling up, and they decided to write this book, which I am so proud to be a part of this live event here. Mamá didn't raise a pendeja. So please get on your feet if you can for these two badasses, Carolina Acosta and Aralis Mejia. Yes. Hi. Oh my goodness, hi. Siéntate. You're on the inside, you're on the outside. No, if you want to amplify, that's fine, but I feel like we're in a sala. You guys can hear us, right? Do we need a microphone? Yeah. How about in the back? What's up? Yes? We good, okay.
You say a little louder.
A little louder? Okay.
Just a little bit. Can you hear me back there?
Yes.
Okay, so yell.
Okay.
Well, hi. We meet again.
Hi.
Hi.
This is great to be live. You've been on the show before, nothing new. You know the ground rules, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I should have said this from the beginning, but because this is a live recording, we may pause every now and then. We may have to reset for camera. No, so I was like, nah, just keep it going. Okay. I just hope a teta doesn't come out. If a teta comes out, we might have to pause.
Or keep going.
Hey, it might be ratings on YouTube, right? It's fine. Then I'll get an email from this principal at my kid's school, your mom's titty came out. We should talk about that. How are you? That's my first question. How are you doing?
I'm excited. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to see the book more in its trajectory of kind of 6 months since we launched, October. No, 4 or 5 months since we launched the book. So it's really exciting to see it picking up and getting the recognition of it all,
Yeah. And Caro?
Okay, what she's not saying is that since last week, the book actually has gone viral on TikTok.
Yeah. Aplauso.
We've sold over 2,000 books in 5
days.
Yeah. So it was perfect timing with the event. I'm like, are you kidding me?
It's a real celebration.
Yeah. So it's extra special that you all are here tonight. So.
That must feel so good. And it leads me to really the next question. What was the inspiration behind this book? You guys are gamers, not like the gamers, but you make games. You're like the Latina,
gamers, yeah.
You're like Milton Bradley, like the Latino Parker sisters, So what led you to writing a book?
So we work with a publisher with the game. And for those of you that don't know, Carolina is the creator of Tragos, the game, the mechanics. And I manage the marketing and the strategy behind going to market. We work with a publisher, and their name is Blue Star Press. They're an indie publishing company. And when we were brainstorming new products, I had my inspiration for this book is our grandma. We're cousins. So our grandma, Selmira, was a very feisty, angry little Colombian woman. And she had all the sayings, right? So I thought, what about doing a daily deck of cards, going along the lines of cards, to make anti-affirmations. Affirmations were so popular. It was about a year and a half ago or two when we started discussing this. Everyone was off of COVID and positivity. And I'm like, what about the real shit that Latinas were brought up with, right? All of these sayings. So they're like, what about writing a book? And we're like, I don't know if that's really what we do. And they're like, okay, so you're gonna write a book, and we're gonna put you with a publisher and an editor, and you girls are gonna get your list together. And around that time, we were living together, like in the same building, so it was one of the best times. It was crazy, it was chaotic, but that's where the book came from.
Wow, it feels like a natural progression now that you break it down like that. And I love that it still touches on the familial bond, family. It really doesn't get any closer than that, and so endearing. So tell us about your writing process, because you hear about writing books, but like narratives or like fiction and things like. What is it like writing a book of dichos? Did you guys like go to the street and interview abuelas? Or like, what was that process like? Explain that to us.
So with Tragos, the first thing I did was bring it to the family and say, who can relate to this? Who's got ideas? Because I was born in America. I sometimes don't feel like the Latina enough, kind of, that energy. It's gotten so much better since I started Tragos. But the same thing like came up. I was like, okay, well, I've heard my mom say these things, but I didn't have such a close connection with my abuelas. Like, I didn't see them every day. But I knew there was something there. So I just went to my mom. I went to my tia. I went to our tios and was just like, guys, what do you got? Like, this is our list. This is what we're starting off with. But, like, we really relied on them to hold true to the quotes. We also looked around and saw that, our family is like Colombian Dominican, but then there's other families, Mexicans, other people in Latin America that have similar quotes. So we try to make it like as close as possible that everybody could relate to. Same thing with Tragos, just so that we held true to all the abuelas.
Yeah. And then you are the head of marketing for this. So this is also a very unique position that you have, Aralis. Like, how do you market a book of dichos? Tell us about that.
Well, much like a lot of our strategy is kind of on the go because we've been working together. I mean, now we have Michelle and Erica who really help us out. But it's been Carolina and I, so we kind of wing it a lot of the times because marketing is so dynamic right now, and like it changes every day, right? So like I can't marry any specific strategy. 2 or 3 weeks ago, we're like, how do we push the game? Last week, someone posted on TikTok, and now it's like, how do we let the masses know that the game is coming? So it's like, it's very think on our toes, but it's very genuine, and I think that that's what's successful right now in marketing is how genuine the message comes across. Sometimes we try to do like Carolina and I are never going to be dancing on our TikTok. That's not going to be us. Because we want to keep it as much as who we are. And I think that's our strategy. That's been our strategy always. It's just thinking, what would we see and would it be believable? You know?
Yeah. This book is really like a mirror to me. Like as I was reading it, I'm just like looking at myself and hearing what I grew up with, you know? Why are we like this? Like, why? Latinos in the building one time. Hay que aplaudir nosotros, right? One time for Latinos. Yeah, how do we get like this? What the hell? Like, we live our lives through these, like, through these guides, through these dichos. Like, how many times have you heard a dicho from your mother about like a guy that you want to go date, you know, or like from your abuela about an outfit that you're wearing, you know, whatever it is. Like, I think we are so unique. We are so beautiful. Like, the world is just getting on to us. You know what I'm saying? Now we're hot. Now everybody's like, Latinos? Come here, you Latinxer. Like, you know. But I really find it so fascinating that you were able to encapsulate, like, basically my whole upbringing in this book.
That's just volume 1.
Oh,
you know?
snap. She said that's just volume 1, yo. That is...
It's so small. And a lot of people are like, that's not all the dichos. We're like, well, duh. Like, you know,
totally
like...
not. But we've never. This is one of a kind.
Yeah.
This is like the almanac of Latino dichos. This is like our encyclopedia right here.
I thought it was really important because as we become Latinos, second generation, third generation, those sayings get lost a little bit. And how do I don't have children, but my niece or people that I know with kids, like, how do you still let them know what we were raised with, and how do you say it in their language or in a way that they would understand or they would find funny? So that's why we added the blurbs after the dicho, because that portion, the dicho itself is in Spanish, then we translate it verbatim in English, but then we go into detail on how it applies to us now and how it can apply to anyone in a more modern approach. And I think that's where we connect with everything. We connect with the older Latinos, with the younger Latinos, because nobody wants to be a pendeja, and it doesn't matter what age you are, you know?
We connect with the non-Latinos. Yeah.
And that's the thing too. This book was written by Latinas, but it's for everyone. It's written so beautifully. If I may read a quick little excerpt that spoke to me.
Yeah.
And I need your help. Are you guys here? Are you present? Yeah. I love that. I love that. Get your lip gloss popping, girl. Go ahead, do it. Okay. Okay, all right, okay, I like it. Okay, we're gonna wait for you. Let us know when you're ready. Okay, so I love this. So this is one of the parts where they elaborate on the dicho, and it's about a mindset, y'all. So I need your participation here. Check your damn attitude. Repeat after us. Ready? I am a badass. I am a badass. And I can handle anything life throws at me.
I can handle anything life throws at me.
Now let's dive into the power of a positive mindset. Let's get there, you guys. Because let's face it, sometimes the only thing standing between you and greatness is that little voice in your head that sounds suspiciously like our depressed Tia Rosa. Y'all know Tia Rosa. For me, it's Tia Cookie. Okay? And Tia Cookie, after a few too many margaritas, is even worse. You know what I'm saying? But I love how each page of this book totally changes your mindset and makes you laugh, makes you chuckle, makes you think of, I love Tia Cookie. You know, she repeats every word 15 times and has to have the last goodbye on the phone. I hope she's not listening to this episode. But it's like, okay, Tia, bye. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, Tia, bye. Bye-bye, bye-bye. Okay, Tia, bye. Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye. She has to have the, does anybody have a Tia like that?
That's my mom.
That's my tia.
It's like, bye. I'm like, okay, bye.
Okay, bueno, chao. Okay, pues, bueno, pues, okay, bueno, pues, chao. And you're like, you don't want to hang up, because then you're like, she hung up on me.
Se colgó. Ay, mira.
She has to have the last goodbye. Like, it's like an ongoing game with my brother, sister, and I. Like, let's see if you can get the last goodbye, stupid. No, you can't. Tia has to have the last goodbye. But anyway, so I want to move on to some more questions. Your family was really in the mix with Tragos. We heard the story that this was a game developed to play at home with your family. And then your family pushed you to become this, you know, game franchise that you're creating. My goodness. How involved was your family? You touched on it a little bit before, but now I want to know, like, what's been their reaction to this book, which is kind of about them?
Oh my God, they're so blasé. I'm gonna say it. They're like, ay, qué bueno.
My brother-in-law. The most I got was my brother-in-law, who was like, yo, hey, you mentioned me in the book. That's mad cool. I was like, yeah, of course. I've known you almost my whole life. He's like, yeah. And that was it. And they could care less. No, they're very proud, but in that typical Colombian Dominican way, it's like, ah, bueno, ¿qué más vas a hacer?
No, seriously, wait. Her mom called us pendejas the other day.
Wow.
Because she's like, oh, you guys have a book, you have this, you have that. Why aren't you rich by now? And why aren't you content creators? Why aren't you influencers? Why aren't you doing better? We're like, oh my God, like, shit.
I was like, mira todas esas feas en Instagram, y ustedes.
Now connected to iPhone.
Oh. That's my mom. That's my mom listening in. But yeah, you know, they always push us to do more, and sometimes they don't see, you know, what we're actually doing. Or my mom and I are always like together, so if I have a call with Carolina and the publisher, she's like, ay, tanto que habla. And I'm like, it's our job. Yeah, I know. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I don't know, how do you plan a business without talking? But it's interesting. They're still, they don't get it all the way.
You know, look, guys, my mom still thinks I do a radio show. Ay, Raquel se va a hacer su show de radio. I'm like, Mom, I'm not on the radio. I have a podcast. She's like, es lo mismo. Es lo mismo. I'm like, all right, fine, it's a radio show. But, you know, maybe they're just masking it because they want to see more from you. And so do we, right?
Yeah, I think that's a lot of it. And also, you know, it's wild to think that this game was created, that it's one of now it sits on shelves with other games that aren't just Latino, and there's more games and there's more creativity coming, and that's sometimes hard to wrap your head around when you come from such a hard beginning or like such a poor beginning, and then you see like this progression of your children. Sometimes I feel like it's easier to not get too excited so that the ball doesn't drop. Kind of thing,
That's
you know?
a dicho right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, wow.
Turn
Bar-
that into
dicho
Spanish.
bars.
Dicho bars.
I can see that the next book is already in the making right now. Yeah, actually, I'll tell you this much. So I get really excited about things, and I'm actually trying to tone it down. You know why? Because of these damn lines on my face. You know what I'm saying? Now I understand why the actors and actresses, they laugh like this. Because every time I laugh, all the like crow's feet come out like cluck, 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 and I'm like, no, you crows, go back
That's
in there.
real though.
That's
People wanna
real
see
though.
that.
Yeah, try it at home. I'm really working on like a low key laugh. I'm not gonna do the. Hi, thank you. I love you. It's really like, you know, I don't know. I'm still working on it. I'm still. Listen, Latinos Out Loud. It's called Latinos Out Loud because I am very loud. I am the Latina out loud, so it's really hard to contain it. But yeah, I'm working on like, you know, just so these lines don't get any deeper. Retinol can only go so far. You know what I'm saying? Botox is expensive, bruh. Pero I read a dicho, one of my favorite from the book. What about you guys? What are your favorite dichos from the book, and tell us why?
Oh, damn. I was looking at them earlier today because you forget. But I was thinking about something we had talked about, and like there was one that we talked about, like what's the most like tough love one? Mm-hmm. The one that you're like, oh, damn, I should actually listen to that. Yeah. And I forgot it, but I took a screenshot on my phone and I was like, damn, where's my phone?
That's okay.
But no, like, okay, I don't have the dicho, but it's basically like, if you hear something that, and it sounds like that, then it's probably that, you know?
Like follow your instinct.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's like, si el río suena de piedras, piedras trae, algo así. Yeah. And basically, like, I've been told many times, like, oh, you know, if this sounds like that, or this person sounds like that, it's probably, you know, because they're like that. It's usually my mom telling me something. I'm like, ma. I get positive. Yeah, I give people the benefit of the doubt, and then I get burned over and over again.
That's why you're a good mix. I'll tell you, my Jewish father has a dicho that's similar, but like he's super Jewish, so it's like, if it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's probably a duck and you're a schmuck. You know? He adds a piece to it.
Exactly. So
I
you're the opposite.
I'm the total opposite. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know about you. My favorite dicho right now is Dios aprieta pero no ahorca.
Amen.
Can you translate that for us? Which means God chokes but doesn't strangle. And I'm very much in my faith of Christianity or whatever. I just believe in God a lot, but I have a hard time accepting that His timing is perfect. And you know, especially in marketing and like what I do for a living, I want that satisfaction now. I want the views now. I need the views. I'm like checking it. And all of that sometimes can be toxic for my daily stability. If I put a video up, it will work hours on a video and then it won't do anything. And I do a video in 5 seconds and it blows up. So it's kind of that like, it could get really bad, and we've been really bad when you're an entrepreneur. It's never always up. There's like such a roller coaster, but things like what just happened this week shows like, you know, if you keep pushing forward, you keep with your faith, like things will come about. So that's my favorite dicho right now.
Yes, clap it up. Yeah, that's beautiful. So the book also talks about in the preface an anti-affirmation. Explain to us, explícame, coño. What is an anti-affirmation?
So, I mean, it kind of goes to what Aralis was saying earlier. Like, okay, there's all these cute affirmation things out there. It was trending for a while, maybe still is. And they all just sound so soft and sweet and positive. And it's like, okay, that's nice, but like, that's not what we were raised with. So where's the anti-affirmation? Where's the advice that I hear my mom or my abuela tell me that's actually going to push me? Because you are enough isn't enough for me, you know? So that's where we kind of wanted to go with the tough love.
Ooh, we need a little bit of that.
Yes. Yeah, especially in the climate today, you know, like, if the playing field gets harder, it just means we have to push harder. And there's always going to be, I always make fun because in any panel they talk about this, like, seat at the table, right? But there's always, like, a table where you can get there, and it's just whoever works harder. And I think right now that's what it matters the most, is who's working harder, who's waking up every day with a mission to do something, and believing it isn't enough. Like, oh, the money will come. No, you got to go get that job. You got to go look for that job. You got fired. Your full-time job is to look for a job, you know? And, like, that's how we were raised. Our grandma was a single mom of 6 in Colombia. They all came here. They all do pretty well for themselves. So I think that comes from, like, our line of our family.
That is so touching. That really speaks to me, because something that I'm working on right now is giving tough love to my children. I am soft, y'all. I'm like mush. I'm like Quaker Oats, you know, like
No.
I you know, if I may get personal with you guys, I feel like I'm in a sala with you all. You know, the doctors told me I couldn't have kids. They were like, yeah, you're infertile. I miscarried a bunch of times, and I fought really hard. I was like, no, I'm not infertile. You don't know what you're talking about, reproductive endocrinologist, my ass, you know? So, yeah, thank you. So I kept trying, you know what I'm saying? And now I have 2. I had 2 boys the good old-fashioned way. And like, thank you.
Hell yeah.
Thank you. And like, I did everything. I did IVF, IUI, ay, coño, ay, mi madre. All the I's to get pregnant. And now, I guess in their first couple of years of life, now they're 9 and 6, I was so soft. I'm like, come here, you got a boo-boo. You know, like all of that. And it's not working anymore. Now that they're 9, tough love. So this really speaks to me, because I've noticed now that I've like shifted the gears a little bit and have been instilling that tough love, like, you gotta earn some grit, boy. And then I go back in my room and I cry, you know? But I don't show them that I'm crying. Like, I'm not crying, it's allergies, stupid, you know? And it really, we need that.
It's important.
Thank you.
It's important because those are the men and women of tomorrow.
Yeah.
And if we were raised with a spanking, you know, we were spanked. It wasn't like we were beat, you know.
Pau pau. ¿Tú quieres pau pau?
You know,
They need to respect you.
you need to build that character, and that's what's lost in my opinion. I don't have children, so, and I don't plan on having, but
Bueno, uno nunca sabe. Put that in your book. Uno nunca sabe.
Children,
That's in there.
children need that guidance. We have that guidance, you know. It's that same determination, especially when you work for yourself, that you have to get up and work the next day, and
That's not for everybody.
that's not for everybody. That's something that comes with the way that we're raised, and like the gentlemen and the young ladies that we build tomorrow.
Yes, thank you for that. I'm working on it. Like I said, I was so soft in the beginning, because I'm like, you're here. I'm not going to be mean to you. I'm going to be so, like, you weren't supposed to be here, and you're here, so you can have anything you want, you know?
Yeah.
Pop-Tarts, Oreos, all of it. But now I'm just like, I know I had to change my ways a little bit. Okay, and thank you for letting me get personal for a minute, you know. Was there anybody in mind when you wrote these dichos? And if so, like, who stood out? Like, an ex, a bartender, I don't know, a bad customer service rep at the liquor store? I don't know. Who came to mind when writing any of these dichos? Your gynecologist?
Who knows their gynecologist that well?
Oh, I know mine very well because he knows me very well. So I'm like, I need to get to know you.
That makes sense.
You're gonna get to know me. I need to know what are your credentials, where you went to school, what do you do for
Does
a
he
living?
need a book?
Like, or what do you do for hobbies? Yeah. And he's Dominican. Shout out to all the Dominican gynecologists there. You know what I'm saying?
I would
Yes,
never.
Dr. Carrasco. He's too much. No, he's great. He's really great. We all get along very well. Her, me, and him. Yeah.
Anyone that came to mind? I think it was very self-reflective for me in the time. It was, again, like, you're kind of 5 years into this business. It goes up, it goes down, and you question yourself. Imposter syndrome is so real, and you're kind of like, what the fuck, you know? What's going on? It's not popping off the way I thought. So writing the book, one, helped me connect with younger Aralis. I used to be part of the literary magazine. I used to write all the time. I loved writing, and as you get older, you lose track of those passions you had as a kid. You know, whether it's like volleyball or it's like basketball, whatever it was that you did during school, you grow up, you get a job, and then you forget about those things. So this was really like a therapy session for me, writing it and reading what she wrote, and then reading what I wrote, and like ping-ponging those ideas, and you're like, yeah, actually that makes so much sense. So self-reflection a lot.
It was almost like as if you were journaling during
Right.
this process.
Absolutely.
Do you guys journal? Anybody here journal?
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if it's something in your notes app, you know, like just write it down, you know, because then you go back to it later and you're like, oh snap. Like I recently came across a dream. Does anybody here write down their dreams?
Yeah.
That's so Latina, by the way, because then you gotta dissect it and call your mother, be like, ay, yo tuve un sueño, mami. You know? Hay que jugar los números hoy, mija. Yes, definitely. So that's like so inspiring.
Is it bad that I asked ChatGPT to interpret my dreams?
Wait, does anybody else ask AI to interpret their dreams? That's brilliant.
What does it mean? I'm like, what does it mean when you dream of a seal and like whatever?
Yo, I asked ChatGPT to make breakfast for my kids, and it was really unsuccessful. I don't really know how to use AI. I guess somebody has to teach me. I need like an AI toaster or something. I don't do mornings. But that's great. And what about you, Caro? Any like inspiration, anything that like, there had to have been some love affairs in the mix, no? Like, because I read some of these and I'm like, oh yeah, that I said that to myself when I was getting my divorce.
Yeah.
Yes, which is still not final, but almost, y'all, almost. We're this close. Now we're gonna come right back here. I'm gonna call each and every one of y'all. We're gonna have a divorce party. Chris Gray happened. Divorce party here in a few months, okay? Stay tuned. Follow me at Rachel La Loca, and we will drink to that. Pero, like, tell us anybody. Okay, so will I. Salud to the big D. I'm trying to get that D, baby. You know what I'm saying? Divorce.
Oh, I was like, you already do.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
no. Well, that D2, obviously. That D2 is very important. To that D2, you know what I'm saying?
The D.
Yes, to the D. The one man in the audience is like, I ain't signed up for this shit.
Yes, he did. That's why they came here.
All right, to the good men.
To the good men. Raise your hand.
So the good men in the back, I got me one of them too. That's very good. Keep up the good work. Okay.
Yes. Also, we did promise some good men here that there would be a little mingling tonight. So any single ladies in the crowd?
Single, put your hands up. Let's go. Where you at? Yes, she's single. They single.
That's not a lot of single people. Making me look bad.
We should get like a hello. So you're gonna have to arm wrestle for the 3 men that are here. I'm gonna referee.
She already scoped it out.
Okay, so it's gonna be arm wrestle, then thumb wrestle, okay, and then mud wrestle, and then the winner,
Oh, damn.
the winner gets the
Sounds
match.
sexy.
Oh, that's a great
Wait,
idea.
what?
Can ChatGPT clone the good ones? You know?
Future. I don't know.
Right? Because sometimes you'll be like, to the good ones, you're like, do you have a brother? But the brother's like some bum. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh man, wait.
Yeah.
Breaks. Okay. We
So-
have. Okay, yes, please answer.
Well, I was going to say that the book is full of examples based off of real people. A lot of it's like my own experiences. A lot of it is friends and family. Sometimes I've gone a little too far. Everybody's name has been changed. But it's all experiences that most people can relate to. Yeah. So it's kind of a little bit of like a burn book.
Do you have people coming up to me like, yo, page 93, is that me? Is that me?
It has happened. It has happened. It has happened.
A little bit was.
No, I got called out real bad. I was like, oh, okay, fine. Let's
It was like,
let's just change some things.
Euphoria, when it was like,
Is this play about us?
Well, maybe that's why the family's like, sí, sigue ahí. Ajá, yo leí lo que tú escribiste. Ajá.
Okay, but I know you guys all filled out your own like spicy questions and like stories. So I feel like that will add to like the burn book of like, I don't know, volume 2. So I'm excited to like, you know, give them some time. Yes, it is.
That's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
good one.
Number one.
Look at you.
It is.
I
Dime
love
con
that.
quién andas y te diré con eres.
I, okay,
Yes.
I love this game. Are we calling out details right now? Like, what's the
yes.
what's the one camarón que se duerme? That's it.
Casi. That one didn't make it.
Okay, but that's a classic. That's like the
It is.
Aesop fable of Latino dichos. That was like Moses time, you know? Like that
Damn.
came out when he parted the Red Sea.
that's our volume 2.
So what is this that you have here? This is the spicy question?
Some of the questions, advice that you all filled out.
I think Latinos should start our own like new
New
dichos.
dichos,
There's
yeah.
a lot of new things going on.
That's hopefully that's another book.
Yeah.
We're on it.
We are so wise, and I think it really stems from we've been through so much, and we're going through so much right now that like we need these things as like a backbone to guide us and to lead us. We're very unique in this country, you know. The struggle is real. Estamos en la lucha, y yo estoy en la olla. That's another one, right? Okay, so how do we play? Bye, Max. I think we chased him away. Bendito.
We're having a singles mixer we're planning with Max, so keep an eye on our social pages for that.
And Max is a Cuban. That's so great. He's Jewish and Cuban. I'm Jewish and Dominican. Who? Wait, another Jew Latino in the building? Where you from? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to hear that. Bendito. Yes! Mazel tov el merengue,
Wait, these are so cute. Well, we can read some of these real quick.
Yes.
We'll go through some of them now.
I would love to read them with you.
Yeah.
And then
Okay,
we'll,
cool.
These are so cute. Thank you, guys.
these are adorable. And then the ones we don't get to, we're gonna put on our Instagram, and then we'll answer them there.
Wow, you guys did your thing, yo.
Yo,
Clap it up for
seriously.
yourselves real quick. This is so
Oh my
great.
God.
Okay, who's
wait.
gonna go first?
Okay,
Caro,
me.
go. Go,
Okay.
Caro.
Oh, I feel for you. Okay. When I co-signed my boyfriend at the time's car, I don't know. When I co-signed my boyfriend at the time for his car, he was cheating on me.
Oh
Fucked
no.
up. Can I say fucked up?
That would drive
Damn.
me crazy. See what I did there? See what I
That's good.
No cars, never.
Never.
Co-sign anything.
Don't use it to drive away.
Do not co-sign.
Take the car.
My grandma used to say that. My grandma used to say that don't ever let a man buy you shoes because he'll walk right out of your life. But my boyfriend's bought me shoes a lot and he's never walked out.
We're good. You
Hasta ahora. No se sabe.
It's a lot of shoes. You're fine.
Okay.
This person said, dated a man who turned out to be gay. That's never happened to me. That sucks. I think I was his beard. His best friend cousin was with him on Valentine's Day, so they left. I don't know if that's even a question, but that sucks. I don't know.
Okay, my turn. I love games. Okay, this is a really good question. Shout out to who wrote this. Okay. What's the most unexpected thing that turns you on?
Ooh.
Do I have to answer it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's so many. Okay, this is
Unexpected thing turns you
Oh my
on.
God, I'm turning red. Okay, thank God he's not here, but he's gonna hear this episode, babe. I love you. So he has a really deep voice, and he's able to do like a Mickey Mouse voice. Like he can totally.
That's not what I expected.
I know. But when he goes from like deep to like Mickey Mouse, I'm like, oh my God, like my bra is off. You know what I'm saying? Like it's whenever he throws his voice, it really turns me on.
That's hilarious. What's yours?
The weirdest thing that turns you on?
What's the most unexpected thing
Oh,
that turns you on?
the most unexpected thing? Oh, it's too R-rated. Sorry, guys.
Come on, girl. I just said Mickey Mouse in the bed, you know? Like, he does, I can't even do it. He does it so good. All right. Anyway.
Okay, I'll just say this. A certain type of role play.
Oh, okay.
That's all I'll say.
I'm really PG. I love when he cleans.
Oh my God! Yes! Yes!
I came back from Colombia and he had clean. Well, he sends my laundry to wash, but when I came back from Colombia recently, he cleaned. Not like you know how Latina cleans, but he cleaned, and I was like, ooh, that is really sexy.
Consistency is so hot.
You know, I'm like,
When reference is so hot.
just clean.
Consistency and usando cloro. You know what I'm saying? CNC. Consistency and cloro.
Fabuloso. I'm like, yes.
Yes! The panties are in the air when it smells like fabuloso lavender.
That's a shit. Has to be purple.
Don't come with no apple fabuloso.
With no pine sol, stupid. No, fabuloso purple. This is so fun. Should we do more? Do you guys want
Do you
more?
want more?
More? Okay, who's turn is it?
Wait. This is a question. Tell me why I'm mean when I flirt. Am I the problem?
Oh.
It depends what kind of meat.
Right. That's a good.
Yeah, sometimes they like it, right? Yeah.
They always like it.
They like
Low
it.
key. You're not. It's not a problem. It's a flex. It's a flex.
How mean are you? Like, if you feel like, damn, that was harsh, then maybe tone it down a little bit, you know? But that would be my advice. It's like, you don't, be stern. I always tell Erica this. Like, you gotta say things with a stern tone. Like, I wasn't saying this as you, but I'm just saying.
It was gross. You're right. Go ahead, say it.
No, I don't know. No, I'm not gonna tell any particular story, but I'm just saying you have to be very like direct. Sometimes you have to be like, no, that doesn't work for me. But you gotta be a little nice, you know? Yeah. You gotta be like, no. Oh, but no me gusta. Sorry. Don't touch me there. I don't like touching it.
I think there's a balance. Right, you guys? Like, there's a balance, there's boundaries, a lot of things with the letter B. Like, you know, it's okay to be like, I tell my boyfriend all the time, like, I have my dandelion moments where I am fragile, I could be a damsel in distress, and you're just gonna have to treat me accordingly. But then I'll have those moments where I'm like, I have to put my foot down, or in show business, you know, it's dominated by men, and sometimes I'm in the room, and it's like, I feel like just because I have a vagina, I'm not being heard, so I have to deepen my voice and lift up my vagina by the lips and be like, listen!
Listen, Linda.
Listen, Linda, I know what I'm talking about, so sit down and STFU. You know what I'm saying?
This question piggybacks off of that. It goes, this question is wild.
I love it.
How do you respectfully ask someone to fuck you till you cry? And my answer is, you don't. Ask them respectfully, you say, fuck me till I cry. That's it. Open up. Mátame si sos bandido.
Wow. I did not read that. I thought it said someone to fuck off when you cry. Okay. Not respectfully, just do it.
Right.
That's so funny.
Yeah, that's funny. Or you could just, oops, I fell on your penis. Sorry. Like, yeah, let's get this going. Do you want to go? Should I go? All right. Okay, flirting 101. How to approach someone who hasn't noticed you, in parentheses, yet. Hi, right. I mean, look, I also am terrible at flirting as well, but I do always come through with my 100% authentic self. Because then, right then the next day, if I am faking jacks the day before, I gotta go back to that faker. And it's hard for me to even remember, like, wait, what did I do yesterday? You know, I can't remember what I ate for breakfast this morning. Like, you want me to lie and, like, not be who I am? So, like, this is authentically me. And I authentically want to have sex with you.
Use that line.
Just be authentic is my advice.
I agree with that. You gotta be bold.
Yeah. And if they don't respond, then that person is not for you. They don't deserve you. All that.
I love that.
Give them lots of chances, though.
Yeah. Okay, who's next? I could do this all night, you guys. Does anybody have to sleep tonight? No, right? We don't. Can we just stay here? Chris, can we sleep over? Do you have any sleeping bags? I really want to just stay here overnight. Okay.
I think we have time for one more.
Okay,
maybe?
one more. Who's it going to be? Go ahead, guys.
No, you guys have, I only have,
Oh, I have so many.
yeah, you have a couple.
Okay, oh, this is good. This is a story. I once snuck up the fire escape to hook up with a guy, so his roommates wouldn't find out. And then I fell on the dumpster when I headed out. Wow, we've been there.
Wow.
Is this in New York?
New York. Sounds like New York. Disgusting.
Yeah, did you get hurt? What floor? Yeah, what floor?
That's a good question.
It doesn't say. I hope it wasn't a high floor. Well, they're here to tell the story, so I guess they're okay.
They made it. They're fine.
Yeah. Should we do another question? Because that was more of Oh, here's a good one. Oh, this is a good one. Okay. At what point do you quit on a relationship?
Damn.
Well, I mean, I can say firsthand. At what point? Oh, you want the answer? Okay. Yeah. I mean, I could speak from my experience in that I didn't quit when I should have, now in hindsight. But I'm also one that likes to try to mend and correct, and maybe I could fix this, and you know, that could be. Is it everybody? Like,
Yep,
I really.
that's us.
I tried to fix it, but I did know the point that it was broken. I was like, it was the moment that I evaluated myself. It wasn't even about him. It was about my own self-worth and what I was doing to myself. Yeah, it was.
I think you have to talk to yourself. That's part of what our last chapter in the book is have the confidence of a Colombian woman. Just because Colombian women are always like our moms, they're like, que coma mierda. You know, like they don't like me. So I feel like we have to learn to speak to ourselves and have internal dialogues. Like, you know, this isn't feeling right. When you feel it's not feeling right, that's when you gotta get out. And that only comes with maturity, and it comes with a great relationship with yourself, which is the first relationship that you should always prioritize. So that's part of this book being so important, you know.
And I'm also gonna add to that and say, because this is something I went through, is you talk to yourself. It's so important to know like how you're feeling, but it's not up to you to fix the relationship. It's you and your partner. So why are you having to deal with it all on your own, you know? You talk about it with them. If they're not willing to, that's when you know to walk away.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
Hi, you guys. This really turned into something so motivational, inspiring. I hope you feel it. It's just, my heart is singing right now. A very self-reflective moment for me. I told you all about my life. You now know everything. That's it. Yeah, that's everything. I want to thank Aralis and Caro for developing this beautiful product, this beautiful book, and everything that you're doing for our community, for Latinas out there, for the young Caros and the young Aralises who are like watching what you're doing and now knowing that they can do the same thing. It's attainable. To you guys, thank you for being such an amazing audience. And I just want to wrap this episode by saying thank you to everybody, all the staff here that made this event possible, to Washington Heights. Yeah, and please follow us. Dyckman! Yes, and to all the men on Dyckman, okay? No, okay, está bien.
Like, I take it back.
The ladies and the food of Dyckman.
Yes. Shout out to Cachapas! Woo! Cachapas! Okay, the way I usually close an episode is I tell people to please follow me at Rachel La Loca. Follow the show at We Are Latinos Out Loud. Give us a call. We have a phone number. It's 978 Latinos. Can you believe it? I may answer. I may not. Yeah,
Radio
it's really
show.
awesome. And thank you. Thank you so much for being here and being present. It's so important. I know it's late. We all came from work. It's crazy, but this energy is so amazing. Thank you. And on that note, we out.